Behind palace walls, Queen Mary's power struggles with the royal court that shook Denmark. Welcome to BNews. Behind the gilded gates of Amalienborg Palace, a quiet storm has been brewing, one that has now spilled into public view. Denmark's beloved Queen Mary, hailed around the world as a symbol of modernity and grace, is reportedly at the heart of a tense and ongoing power struggle with the royal court. This behind-the-scenes conflict, insiders say, has exposed deep rifts within Denmark's monarchy, raising uncomfortable questions about tradition, progress, and the personal toll of royal duty. How did Queen Mary's vision for a more modern monarchy put her on a collision course with centuries-old palace traditions? And could these tensions threaten to overshadow her remarkable journey from Australian commoner to Danish queen? Today, we take you inside the story that's shaking the very foundations of Denmark's royal family. Before we begin, don't forget to show your support. Like this video, subscribe to BNews, and hit the bell so you never miss our exclusive royal coverage. And tell us in the comments, do you think Queen Mary is right to challenge palace tradition? It all seemed like a fairy tale when Mary Donaldson, a marketing professional from Hobart, Tasmania, met Crown Prince Frederik of Denmark at a bar during the Sydney Olympics in 2000. Their love story captivated millions, not least because Mary seemed to adapt seamlessly to her new royal role, learning Danish, mastering etiquette, and embodying the grace expected of a future queen. But behind her poised demeanor, Mary has always carried an independent streak, one that royal insiders now say has caused friction with the courtiers charged with preserving Denmark's centuries-old traditions. Over the years, Queen Mary has pushed to modernize the monarchy, championing progressive causes and demanding more transparency in palace operations. While these moves have earned her praise from the Danish public and international media, palace insiders reportedly view her efforts with suspicion. According to sources close to the court, some senior staff see Mary as too ambitious and claim her initiatives have upset the delicate balance of power behind palace walls. One key source of tension, they say, is Queen Mary's insistence on greater personal autonomy in decision-making, particularly regarding her own schedule and patronages. Historically, such matters are carefully orchestrated by the royal office, with senior advisors exercising tight control over how royals engage with the public. Mary, however, has increasingly chosen to bypass these conventions, allegedly sidelining traditional advisors in favor of her own trusted team of aides, many of whom are outsiders to the royal establishment. These dynamics came to a head earlier this year when Queen Mary reportedly clashed with the court over her plans to expand her charitable foundation into a more global initiative, involving partnership with foreign organizations. Palace insiders claimed the move was too politically risky and could draw the monarchy into controversial territory. Mary, by contrast, is said to have argued passionately that the royal family must remain relevant by addressing urgent global issues, particularly women's rights and climate change, both of which are close to her heart. The disagreement reportedly escalated into a rare confrontation between Mary and key members of the royal household, some of whom have been serving the monarchy for decades. According to Danish media reports, Mary allegedly felt undermined by staff who sought to block her initiatives without consulting her directly. This incident, though quietly managed at the time, is now being cited by royal watchers as emblematic of the deeper struggle playing out within the palace. Observers note that Mary's position is especially delicate because of her outsider status. As a commoner, and a foreigner to boot, she has had to work harder than most to prove her loyalty to Denmark and its traditions. That she is now seen by some as challenging those same traditions has opened her to criticism from within the court, even as the Danish public overwhelmingly continues to support her. Complicating matters further is the role of King Frederik himself. Long known for his laid-back demeanor and deep affection for Mary, he reportedly finds himself caught between his wife's modernizing vision and the courtiers who remain deeply loyal to his late mother, Queen Margrethe. Insiders say that while Frederik generally supports Mary's initiatives, he is keenly aware of how fragile royal authority can be in a constitutional monarchy, and is therefore reluctant to antagonize the court too openly. The tensions have also led to visible changes in palace operations. In recent months, several senior staffers have quietly stepped down, with younger, more progressive-minded advisors reportedly taking their places. Some analysts see this as evidence that Mary is winning the battle for influence within the palace. Others warn that such turnover risks destabilizing the monarchy at a time when public trust in institutions across Europe is already under strain. For many Danes, however, Mary's willingness to stand her ground has only increased her popularity. Opinion polls show that she remains one of the most admired figures in Denmark, seen as a role model for modern women balancing family, career, and public service. Her critics within the palace, by contrast, remain largely invisible to the public, fueling perceptions of an outdated institution resistant to change. Indeed, Queen Mary's ability to command public sympathy is one of her greatest assets. Every time she appears at a school to speak about bullying, or visits a women's shelter to highlight domestic violence, she reinforces her image as a queen deeply connected to her people. Such engagements stand in stark contrast to the image of the royal court as an aloof, insular institution clinging to the past. Some royal commentators have even drawn parallels between Mary and Princess Diana, noting how both women challenged royal norms and won public hearts, though not without considerable personal cost. For Mary, the challenge remains to navigate these internal palace conflicts without alienating those whose support she still needs to fulfill her role. What's clear is that Mary's story is far from over. As she continues to champion her causes and assert her influence, the tension between progress and tradition within the Danish monarchy will only grow more pronounced. Whether this ultimately strengthens or weakens the institution remains to be seen. In the meantime, the Danish people, and royal watchers around the world, are watching closely. Will Queen Mary succeed in modernizing the monarchy from within? Or will the weight of tradition and internal resistance prove too great even for her formidable will? For now, Amalienborg's doors remain closed to the public, and the courtiers continue to insist that all is well. But behind those palace walls, the quiet power struggle between Queen Mary and the royal court rages on, a battle that could shape the future of the Danish monarchy for years to come. We want to hear from you. Do you believe Queen Mary's push for modernization is the right move for Denmark's monarchy? Or should she defer more to the traditions of the royal court? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to BNews for more in-depth royal coverage.